When you are attacking problems like this on the graded classwork, you are going to have to think things through pretty thoroughly, and so there's some things that we can do to set ourselves up easier, to have an easier time with all of that. So reiterating what a union is. So the union of two sets is in one set, the other set, or both. The intersection is just both. Elements in just both sets. Okay? The complement means everything not in that set. And sometimes we see the complement and it gets a little complicated, so let's just figure out what we have here, right? So before we even look at this table, let's set up our sets. So we have set A, which is going to be region 1 and 2. So therefore not A is the rest of the universe. So if 1, 2, 3, and 4 are the only regions in the universe, then if we have 1, 2 in set A, then everything else in the universe is 3 and 4. Same with B. B is 2 and 3. And not B is anything that's in the universe, that's the rest of the universe that's not B. So B is 2 and 3. So we want to put not 2 and 3 in set B complement or B prime. So we have things that are in both A and B, which is the intersection. So union is just like the U-shaped character. The intersection's upside down U. The complement is either an apostrophe or a bar on top. So you'll see that. So the intersection of A and B is here. It's just region 2. You're going to notice that A intersect B is going to be, the intersection of any two sets is going to be more exclusive, right? So we're going to exclude a lot of things. For you to qualify to be in the intersection, you need to be in both sets. If you want to be in the union, though, you have more inclusive situation with the union. So the union is anything in A or anything in B or anything in both. So the union of A and B, if you look at what's in A and what's in B, or what's in both, the union of A and B is going to end up being 1, 2, and 3. The other thing you want to think about, and this comes up later in the table and on the back of on page 5, is the complement of the entire intersection. So the complement of the intersection is anything not in the intersection. So 1, 3, and 4, because 2 is in the intersection. The complement of the union is anything that's not in the union. So anything that's not in the union is in the universe, but not in the actual union of A and B. Okay, so if we look at something and its complement, anything in its complement need to have 1, 2, 3, and 4 together so that you are taking into account the entire universe. So something in its complement is going to make up the entire universe with no overlap. Okay, it's either like A is the pizza that I ate versus the pizza that I did not eat. So I order one pizza, I eat some, so I say, okay, well, I either have the pizza that I ate or I have the pizza that I didn't eat, and that together makes up the entire pizza. For this section, make sure that you're representing the question with the symbols, and when I mean the symbols, I mean how can I write symbols like these? How can I represent each one of the situations in A, B, and C with any of these symbols, or any symbols at all, right? So for the first one, how many students are willing to donate blood? Well, that's just A. So we want to know how many people are willing to donate blood, so that's just set A. But then it starts to get a little bit weird, so use this top part to help you figure out B and C. And then for part 3, let's discuss some information in part 3. I think that doing this up front and listing out the complements of all of these sets is going to be really helpful. So we're going to do the complement of the universe has nothing in it. It's called the null set. Obviously right now nothing exists in the universe, or nothing exists outside of this universe from Q to Z. Let's think about the complement of A. So the complement of A is anything that's not in A. So we want to say R, T, V, X, and Z. Anything that's not in B but is in the universe is R, T, U, V, W. Anything that's not in C but is in the universe would be Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Okay. And then we want to think about number 1 is already done for you. I think in number 4 and 10. So 1, 4, and 10 are already finished for you. So if we think about number 1, it says the intersection of A and B. So it's Q, S, and Y. So while we're here, let's look at the complement of that, which we can also use a bar instead of an apostrophe. So anything that's not in the intersection would be anything in the universe that's not Q, S, or Y. So Q, S, Y. So let's list all the other letters. And that's the complement of the intersection. So that should be all the information. I feel like if you set up this, then you can, when you get down to this moment like number 7, where it says you need the union of A complement and B, well then you say, okay, well union of A complement and B is just anything in this set plus, and anything in this set or anything in both. So you're able to then say, oh, I already have these sets written out, and that kind of helps you get through these problems a little bit easier.